January is the dead season for craft shows, and most makers are panicking right now, but we aren't.
This is a retirement award for a command chief, and we're selling this for $1,700. Now at a craft show, we'd have to sell 75 $20 smalls.
Which would you rather make, 75 trinkets?
Or one legacy piece? What is up? Welcome back. We know you love to do it, build it, and make it.
And we're here to help you sell it.
We also know that the J months are slow, and January is super slow. There's no craft shows going on, and everybody's still wallet shy from the holidays. January is definitely dead.
But what's not dead are B2B sales. They happen all year long. January is a great time for B2B sales because budgets have just been renewed and businesses have money to spend.
We do a lot of military awards, and we are asked to update this perpetual award. They updated their office to give a more tech vibe, and they also wanted to update their awards to reflect that new tech vibe, which gave us an opportunity to flex our muscles on some mixed media. We're gonna do some laser engraving, a little bit of woodworking, we're gonna use some acrylic, we'll even do some UV printing, really take this thing to the fourth dimension.
Now, while we do want to update this award, we are going to keep some of the traditional elements. We are going to keep the brass nameplates, and we are going to need to keep the command chief title and the insignia. But we want to add some additional elements that do modernize the look of this award. So we've been working with Blake, who does a lot of military awards. So Blake and Garrett put their heads together to come up with some new design elements that we can add to this award.
Here is a quick peek of the design. We wanted to give a lot of dimension to this thing. So we started with an engraving, which kind of takes it down a level. Then we have the surface level where the nameplates will be. Then we have the coins, which are raised up. And then finally, we have a popped out level of the F-22s.
And these are going to be die cut, so they're individual planes, which will be mounted with standoffs. And what gives these an even more dimension would be the shadows that are being cast. You can see that the sun is coming in and casting that shadow, and they look like they're flying right at you. So we're excited about this design.
I'm stoked on it, and we already have the cut files ready. So I have the jig ready for the planes, and then I have the engrave and cut file for the flag and plaques.
So let's go route our board.
This project, we're going to use a large 24 by 36 inch poplar board. Because this is high end and this is supposed to last forever, we needed to use some hardwood, and poplar engraves beautifully. Now the board that we acquired has an unfinished edge. I'm just going to route it to give it a finished edge. Now I'm no woodsman, I'm not a woodworker. We couldn't even make this panel. We actually had to partner with a local cabinet maker where he was able to pop this out. This is his kind of bread and butter right here. He popped this out in a day where it would have been a mess, and it would have taken us several days. So I am gonna try to route it myself. I probably should have had him route it, but it doesn't look that hard. So we're gonna go around the edge and give it a nice finished edge. And I have to wear my eye protection. We got to give it a little sand to knock down some of the burrs that we created. We're using just a fine little sponge, sanding sponge. That's all it takes right there. Just run it down the edge. And then we'll just make sure there's nothing on the front. Hit the edges. Whew. All right. Wow. Let's go engrave this thing. Now that we have the edges looking beautiful, we're going to do the engraving. We're going to use the Eon Nova 14 for a few reasons. First, it's got a large enough bed size where it'll engrave a 2 foot by 3 foot with ease. Second reason I love it is because it's got an autofocus. We're using different materials than we normally do. I don't feel like doing any focusing. And then finally, it's got great evacuation of the smoke. The exhaust does a great job clearing it, especially on engraves. But before I lay my board in here, we're going to cut a template out. We're going to use some cardboard. We're going to cut out the exact size of this board so that we can lay it in, so I don't have to do any framing when I do my engrave. I'll know exactly where the board is. I'm gonna remove the cardboard piece now. This pops right out. And I'm gonna put my engraving board in now. And now it's time to engrave. Now I'm going to remove the board we just engraved and we'll add the acrylic. We'll take this guy out and we're just going to put the acrylic in. Well, I don't need the cardboard either. Thanks, cardboard, you served your purpose. And we'll throw the acrylic in and we're going to cut out our jet outlines.
We've cut down our large piece of acrylic to something we can use on our LogoJet bed. We've also cut out our planes here and taken off their protective cover sheet. While we were doing this cut, we went ahead and made this our jig at the same time. So we've added the holes. We're just going to attach them right here to the bed. Simple as that. And now I can put the planes back in where they were cut out from. Back in their jig.
Back in their hole.
Yeah, get back in there.
Get in your hole.
Get in your hole. Kimberly.
It's these little nubbins up top.
Yes, there we go. Simple. It was simple.
It's puzzles and like jar lids. That's your kryptonite.
That's my kryptonite. The reason why you're still watching is because I wanted to show you that I need to add a little promoter to it. So this is adhesion promoter, and what this will do is prep the acrylic so that the ink sticks to the acrylic a little bit better. So all we're going to do is wipe it off. We're going to let it dry. You can see, ooh, it's a very strong smell.
Right, it's potent. That's some potent stuff.
But simple as this, I'm just wiping it all thoroughly.
Is this a wipe on, wipe off kind of thing?
Nope, I'm just going to leave it.
It's a wipe and go?
Wipe and go.
You'll wipe and go.
Now our first print is going to be gray gradation or inverted gray gradation because I want the white to pop. I'm actually going to lay down some raised areas where the cockpit is and the back of the plane here. We're going to put that down first, then we're going to add ink on top. Now it's time to stain. I'm a little nervous, but let's get this thing done. I'm going to be using this golden oak, and I'm going to use this, I think I'll be using this sponge here. You ready? Ah! Ooh, looking good.
Oh, I think it looks great.
Woo, go Kim! Go Kim! Stain that wood! Don't let it be. Go Kim! Go Kim! Go Kim! Go Kim! Stain that wood! Woo, go Kim!
We were asked to add the coin to the award, but the coin is very small. And with the size of this award at 24 by 36, it's just too small. So we are going to make replica coins. So we have replicated the design, and we're going to have to replicate the texture of this coin. So we've created a little jig here. This is a simple small jig. We're going to put these right in here. Maybe I'll print the other side of this guy. And then what we're going to do is use inverted gray gradation, which is going to auto apply the texture on this coin. So we're just loading an image, say inverted gray gradation. Everywhere there's white or light colors, it will be textured. And that's all we have to do. We don't have to add the texture. We have completed the replica coins. The prints look beautiful. The texture looks great. The colors look great. I can't wait to see them on the award.
The original plaque that we're replicating or taking to a whole other level already had some command sergeant names on here in these brass plates. So we picked up some brass plates and we're going to engrave the existing names and add the name of the new guy on here. Pro tip, I didn't feel like retyping all of these names, so I took a picture of it, loaded it into Google Gemini, and I asked Google Gemini to give me all the names in the text so I could copy and paste them into my software. It did a great job. These brass plates are actually gold over aluminum that engrave black. You see the aluminum backer, and we found that the blue light laser actually does a better black engrave than the IR. So we're going to do all of these using that blue light laser. All right, well, that doesn't look very good, and it sounded even worse because I forgot to take the plastic.
Bad. Yeah.
I forgot to take the plastic off the front. So it still looks bad because the popping got caught underneath the plastic. All right.
Pretty good though. I mean, the next one will be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to remove the plastic and we'll do it again.
Pro tip. Here's your new pro tip.
Pro tip. Remove the plastic before you engrave. All right, that was super fast. And that looks so good.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. Just 10 more to go.
14.
Oh, 14 seconds. That was quick. All right, so it should take me like 5 minutes. It's been 24 hours since we did the staining. Everything is nice and dry. Now we're going to give it a coat of the satin clear from Krylon. I'm using this handle so I can get a nice thin, even coat all the way across, sweeping by. I'm going to stop and start off of the board all the way down. I'm going to come across this way to make sure I didn't miss anything.
We have our nameplates engraved. Now it's time to attach them to the board. Each of these actually have a little piece of adhesive on the back, so we'll be able to pre-place them, tap a little hole so we know exactly where the teeny tiniest screws ever belong, and screw them all down by hand.
Now we're going to add these planes that we die cut and UV printed. They're going to go right over top. And we have some standoffs. We have 2 different height standoffs. So the big plane will use the big ones. The little planes will use the small standoffs. And I already have it marked where they're going to go. I went ahead and laser scored where each of the holes is going to go. And I have a little registration mark. So I'm going to tap it, drill it, and attach it. Here's the finished product.
It looks beautiful. I'm super impressed. So a little bit about this. Let's talk about breakdown. Let's talk about monies. So what do we have in costs for the materials for this product? So we do have a 24 by 36 inch poplar board that we had to have custom glued and put together. I couldn't just buy a custom board this size. We also have some brass nameplates. We've got our LogoJet printed items. We've got the coins, and then we've got some acrylic that they were printed on, some standoffs. We probably have no more than about $200 worth of materials in this. So you might be asking, how are you able to charge $1,700 for a product like this? Because it's not just craft show items.
This isn't coming out of somebody's personal piggy bank. This is coming out of a sunshine fund, a military fund, a corporate budget.
Yes. And when you're talking corporate awards, they want quality, they want on-time delivery, and that's what we have here. They're not concerned like craft show folks with pinching pennies and dollars. This is going to be a legacy piece that's going to hang in the base command office, and they'll be able to see this for years to come.
Now, it's not just military, it's firefighters, it's policemen, it's any first responder really. But you can also see these in corporate lobbies. I mean, downtown at the municipal buildings, anywhere where you have people serving that get awards.
So if you're interested in B2B sales, make yourself some samples and take them into some of those places Garrett just mentioned, maybe even high school. They need awards. You could show them that just papers, you can do something more than just a paper award, give them and custom engrave named plaques for students graduating or moving on for sports and things like that.
That thing's getting heavy. And I am about out of time. I have to go get a whole bunch of photos of this thing and get it on my social media so that everybody knows that we do awards. And you know who else needs an award? The Mafia, the Make It Mafia. That is the best way to support this channel. That is our membership over there. And we recently moved off of Patreon and we put our membership on our own site so that it's easier to get extra content, extra files. There's just a bunch of stuff out there.
And a great community.
And a great community. It's all about the family. And I'm not going to balance it because it costs too much.